Jumping into another video, this one is on AQ2D. There is some big hype on AQWorlds mobile, and we got some more information from Artix on a live stream. Let's go check out the stream.
Alright, here we go. AdventureQuest Worlds Mobile. I'm going to read you this just exactly as it is on here. Release AdventureQuest Worlds Mobile Alpha, along with a Kickstarter on Android, iOS, and web for all players with combat maps, quests, classes, and their cosmetic items loading by the week of Easter, April 12th, 2020.
So according to Artix, they are shooting for the beginning of April in 2020. So this is really good news for those of you who are looking forward to the AQ2D.
Let me expand on that slightly. That means we have a game that's like partially working and we're loading in existing items. We need to get all of the rest of the game features done before that Easter break, the spring break for college, and then launch the Kickstarter so we can afford the extra resources to do the mass conversion of all of the remaining items, which I think we might have a clever way of having people kind of vote by trying to equip things, so that we'll see which things are trying to be equipped the most, and those ones will get converted first.
Based on what Artix just said, there is going to be a Kickstarter, but this is going to be for AQ2D. Now, very similar to the AQ3D, you will very likely be getting exclusive items and stuff like that for AQ2D. Now, this game is going to be playable on most devices. Obviously, the Kickstarter will not be available until the game is closer to launch.
Features: scrolling maps, combat, quest, classes, cutscenes, log in using existing account, load original items, chat, friend, shop, loot, weapon, particles, effects, and polish, pets, user interface, and in-game news. This is for AdventureQuest Worlds Mobile.
That's a pretty good list of sets. I like the whole pets idea, plus being able to log into your existing account. So if you play AQWorlds currently, or you have in the past, as long as you have the information to get into the game again, then you will be able to log in to AQ2D using that account, and you will be able to port over your items. Now, Artix did mention having a voting system where you would vote for certain items and stuff like that. So not all of your items would be ported right away, but eventually most of the items, maybe not all of the items in the game. There are a lot, and there's more being released every week.
AdventureQuest Worlds is a Flash game. It uses vector-based art. That means all of the art in the game is basically built with math. That's how the vector-based programs work. The games that you play on your phone are not vector-based. They do not run off of Flash's timeline, and they will not allow Flash content. And you can say, well, there's the Puffin browser, but the Puffin browser doesn't run Flash content on your phone. It basically streams you what's being run on another device. In order to convert AdventureQuest World into a game that will run on your phone, we have to convert every one of the 10,000 plus items, the gosh knows 1,000, 2,000 maps, cutscenes, every single thing in the game not only has to be rebuilt, but completely remade in a new system as raster bitmap graphics. A couple things you probably want to know about this. The goal is so that you could log onto your phone and load all of your items. But they're not the actual same items that you had in the previous game. They're going to be different, slightly different. I mean, you're going to be able to tell they're different. We're not going to be able to do some of the animations that we were able to do in Flash because it's just not feasible with the way that Unity and raster graphics work. But we will have things like particle systems. The game will probably run like 60 frames a second, like super easy, because, I mean, it's outside of the draw call issue because of the layered bitmap sprites.
Most modern phones will probably handle it just fine.
Now, going off of AQ2D for a minute, just jumping into AQ3D stuff, Artix makes a comment about having travel forms that can fight. Now, this could be localized around classes where you could transform into a travel form and fight. So this could be something used like a werewolf class or something similar to this, where you transform into something and then you fight in that form. Sounds really cool.
And we need Berserker and Undead Slayer out. We need a healer class. We need the ability to, shouldn't say this out loud because but your travel forms need to have the ability to fight. Like you need to be able to transform forms. Then we can have classes like WoW's Druid, where you can change into these other classes and fight as those, where basically a travel form becomes like a class. And then you need to be able to rank those up and so forth. For AdventureQuest Worlds Mobile, key motivations to future-proof and protect our players' most beloved game, to recapture lost players who can't use Flash or our launcher on the PC, the possibility of releasing on other platforms like the Switch, to retell our best stories perfectly for a new audience and continue building amazing stories for our existing audience, attract new players.
This person wants to know if, because on AQWorlds they have the buyback shop, will AQ's Mobile have any like trading or anything like that?
That is a fantastic question. So all of these features are going to have to be after. And I mean, the other things that this player housing, guilds, that friends list that checks across the servers, all of these round features have to come after these other core features are implemented.
Now, someone had asked a question about trading. Would there be trading in AQ2D? And if stuff like this is going to be coming, it's going to be coming later on. This is something that's not going to be happening right away. Just like in AQ3D, you can get the core basics down and then the other stuff is introduced. I mean, more features are going to be added in AQ3D. This is going to be the same way it adds in AQ2D. Possibly around the same speed as AQ3D, but maybe a little bit quicker because it's going to be probably a little bit easier to program rather than AQ3D, because the whole 3D aspect of things really changes things up. So let me know what you guys think about AQ2D, and let me know, are you excited about AQ2D? I know I am. I was a huge fan of AQWorlds, and after taking a couple years break on it, when you get back into it, I am completely lost. So I am really looking forward to AQ2D because I'll be able to get on board right from the get-go. And that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.